Am I in the wrong for not letting my sister hijack my mountain wedding venue for her big day? It's booked, and now my family's trashing my business. I'm 25, and I've got this amazing property up in the mountains that my grandparents left me. It's got killer views, a big open space, some horses roaming around, and a few other animals too. My grandparents were loaded, and when they passed away 4 years ago, one right after the other, they gave me the place. They said in their will it was because I'd appreciate and respect it more. My mom and my two sisters got cash and other stuff, worth more than the property in total, but I was the one who ended up with the land. I was 14 when my mom shipped me off to live with them. Said they needed help, but I think she just didn't want to deal with me hitting my teenage years. I stayed there until they died, and it's been mine ever since. About 4 years back, I turned part of the property into a wedding venue. My grandparents knew I had this idea. They thought it was smart, and it's taken off big time. We're booked solid, usually 8 months out, sometimes more. People love it up here, the scenery, the vibe, all of it. I've been running it like a real business, and it's my life now. So, here's where my sister comes in. She's 29, and she got engaged about a year and a half ago. Right after, she called me up and said she wanted to have her wedding at my place. I was cool with it, family, right? I told her, just pick a date as soon as you can and let me know so I can block it off. Easy enough. I'd even handle the setup and everything for her, no charge, because that's what you do for your sister. But she never gave me a date. Months went by, and I kept checking in, texting her, calling, asking what she was thinking. Every time, she'd dodge it, say she was still figuring it out, brush me off like it wasn't a big deal. I let it slide, figured she'd get around to it. Then, 2 weeks ago, I got this fancy wedding invitation in mail. It's got her name, her fiancé's name, and boom, the location listed as my property, with a date in September this year. I flipped out. That date's been booked for over a year by this nice couple I've been working with. I called her right away and said, "Hey, we're booked that day. I can't make it work." "You never told me." She lost it, started yelling that I was ruining her day, that it's our family property, and how dare I not just kick the other couple out. It didn't stop there. My mom jumped in, calling me selfish. Then her fiancé's family started messaging me, saying I'm a jerk for not putting family first. My phone's been blowing up, texts, voicemails, even some random cousins I barely talk to chiming in. Worse, they've been leaving nasty reviews online for my business, trashing it with lies about how I treat people. I told them all to chill out and call my sister instead. Reminder I asked her a bunch of times for that date, and I'd have held it no problem if she'd just said something. She didn't care. She kept going on about how she already sent the invites, how it's too late to change, and I should just cancel the other booking. That couple's been locked in for over a year. I like them, they're excited, and I'm not screwing them over for this. Things got so heated, I had to switch gears. I started handling it all through my business line. It's recorded, and emailing her instead of arguing on personal calls. I gave her 3 other dates around September that were open, told her I'd still make it happen for her if she picked one. Nope, not good enough. She said I'm being spiteful, holding a grudge, and ruining everything. My mom's backing her up, acting like I owe them the place because it's family. It's mine though, legally, fully, no question. I'm so fed up, and now I'm wondering if I'm wrong for standing my ground. All she had to do was tell me when, and we wouldn't be here. Update. Alright, so it's been a few weeks, early July now, and I've got an update for you. First off, I was blown away by how many people weighed in after I posted about this. Tons of messages, advice, all of it. It really helped me feel less crazy. Things have been hectic, so sorry it took me a bit to catch you up. Oh, and I left out some family backstory in the first post. There's a lot there, but I'll keep it short for now. The couple who booked that September date, I'm not canceling on them. I invited them up to the property a few days after all this blew up, then took them out to a nice dinner nearby. Sat them down, explained the whole mess with my sister trying to claim their day. I told them straight up I wasn't ditching them. They've been on the books too long, and I've got their back. I offered extra security for the wedding, asked for a guest list so I could keep things tight, and threw in a discount just in case my family pulls anything nuts. They were cool about it, said they appreciated me being upfront and agreed to the new terms. Solid people. I'm glad they're the ones sticking around. I got a lawyer involved too. She sent out cease and desist letters to my sister, my mom, their friends, and a few loudmouth relatives who were tanking my business with fake reviews. That stirred the pot. My sister called me screaming about it, but I didn't care. My lawyer said not to give out my venue details online either, even though some people offered to write good reviews to balance it out. I appreciated that, but I want to earn what I get, not beg for it. Then I had it out with my sister and mom. I sat them down at my mom's place, neutral ground, and laid it all out. I said, this is my property, not ours, not the family's mine. You don't get to show up whenever you want. I told them they're banned from coming on that September date, no exceptions. I reminded them I'd offered solutions, other dates, free setup, everything, and they shot it all down. All I ever asked was for my sister to tell me her date way back when she got engaged. If this was any other venue, they'd be out of luck too, Being my sister doesn't mean she gets to cut the line. They argued, said I was being cruel, but I shut it down hard. I told her if she still wants the wedding here, call my business line and book a date like everyone else. That was that. My little sister, she's 8 and loves hanging out with me and the horses, ended up helping without me even asking. She swiped the guest list off my older sister's computer when she left it open and sent it to me. I took that list and messaged every single person who RSVP'd, saying the wedding's not happening at my venue because it was never booked. A day later, the groom, my sister's fiance, called me. He sounded rattled, asked if I was serious about her not reserving it. Turns out she told his whole family it was handled and not to worry. He said they'd known the date for over a year, apologized for the mess, and told me he's got some thinking to do. I felt bad for him. He's caught her chaos now. Since that call, it's been dead quiet, and that got me on edge. My sister's usually loud. When she goes silent, it either means she's plotting something painful or she's about to blow up big time. I got my guard up, beefing up security plans with my team, just in case. That's where I'm at now, waiting for the other shoe to drop, but I'm standing firm. My business is still running, the couple's wedding is safe, and I'm done bending for my family's entitlement.